I don't know why I even remember this, but one time in high school, we were painting in nature. We were painting students, and our teacher kept saying, hurry up, and we wouldn't listen. There was watercolor everywhere and chaos. And then the bus arrived. We had to hurry up and get back to school before it closed. And then one girl fell and dropped everything. No one noticed. Everyone was running, carefully holding their wet pallets. But then I returned, helped her pack her stuff, and got her on the bus. And then I remember sitting on the bus, looking out the window, thinking, wow, that grumpy driver could have easily left me behind. But in that moment, I chose to stay and help her. Oh my God, I'm awesome. And the moment I thought that, literally that moment, my brain was like, oh, okay, so for once you don't mess up in life, and again, you managed to ruin it by making it about yourself. You should have done it for her, not to just feel good about yourself. You're still not a good person. I still don't like you, and go yourself. So with that concept hovering in your mind, hello, I'm Sara, a daughter of Iran, and welcome to another story from, of course, once again, Masnavi, Manavi, by the Persian mystic poet Mowlana Jalalodin Mohammad Balkhi, also known as Rumi, from the 13th century. So let's get into it. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a merciless desert, lived a Bedouin man and woman. They were incredibly poor, and their lives were nothing but a struggle. One day, the woman couldn't take it anymore, and she began, why are we so miserable? نانمان نه، نان خورشمان درد و رشک. کوزمان نه، آبمان از دیده اشک. Our bread and stew, our pain and sighs, our only water jug, our two eyes. Poverty is turning us into bad people. If a guest arrives to spend the night, I'll just steal their clothes because I have none. قرص مه را قرص نان پنداشته، دست سوی آسمان برداشته. Reaching my hands above my head, I see the moon as a loaf of bread. If you call yourself a man, do something and relieve us. The man tried to calm her down. We're old and we've been living like this forever. And yet every day somehow we got what we needed. We got our food. Look at animals. They never worry, they never get greedy, and they always know that their next meal will arrive because God is taking care of them. You married me knowing that I chose a humble life. You should be my mate and companion on this path. But the woman said, wanting to eat better food is still a humble request. This is just everyday life. Long story short, they argue for a few pages, and then the woman says, if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna leave you. And the man says, okay, leave me. And then she starts crying, and then he feels bad, and then he ends up doing what she wants. Looks like some patterns never change. So she says, listen, you must go to Baghdad. The caliph there, the Muslim leader, is a man of infinite wealth and generosity. I'm sure he will help you if you ask. But for what excuse? Asked the man. I can't just go there and be like, help me. Give him a gift, said the woman. Say, I just want to see your majesty and show my respect with a present. But we have nothing, woman, and he already has everything. Well, not everything. The woman said that, pointing to a clay pitcher they kept in the corner. Inside it, they had saved some pure, life-giving rainwater collected over months and used only on special occasions. She convinced him the caliph may have gold, but surely he doesn't have water as rare and pure as this. So she wrapped the pitcher in felt to keep it cool and protected from breaking. The man held it close to his chest and began a long, agonizing journey across the scorching sands, heading towards the majestic city of Baghdad. Meanwhile, the woman kept praying day and night that God would save the pitcher from breaking, and all the thieves and all the enemies would die for one drop of that water. A few weeks later, covered in dust, the man arrived at the glorious court of the caliph. Luckily, the pitcher was safe. The servants welcomed him with rose water and asked him what he wanted. The man presented his clay pitcher, offering the water of life from the desert's heart. They warmly received it. And while he's waiting to see what's going to happen, he says three interesting lines that I'm going to read them to you. You should know that in some versions, what Adam and Eve ate in paradise was actually wheat, not an apple. So wheat and bread are also associated with heaven. And also, Ab in Persian means water and nan means bread. So the man says, آب آوردم به تحفه بهر نان. بوی نانم برد تا صدر جنان. I brought you water hoping for some bread. The bread scent took me to heavens overhead. نان برون راندادمی را از بهشت. نان مرا اندر بهشتی در سرشت. Bread drove Adam out of his garden, but bread brought me into this heaven. رستم از آب و زنان همچون ملک. بی غرض گردم بر این در چون فلک. Now, free of bread and water, like angels I fly, selflessly orbiting this court like the sky. Orbiting like the sky means at the time they thought that the sky is rotating around us. So it looks like after entering the court and seeing those kind servants and the vibe there, he kind of forgot what he had come for. Like he wasn't thinking about what he was going to receive anymore. He was just happy to be there. So the servants presented the water of life to the caliph, hiding their smiles at such present. But the caliph was very happy with it. He commanded his guards to fill the old pitcher to the brim with pure gold coins. The Bedouin was overjoyed, so his gift was the most precious thing in the world after all. The caliph also said, give this man a boat and help him to get home. When the servants led the Bedouin to the river bank, he froze. Before him roared the mighty Dijla River, millions of gallons of fresh, clean water right behind the caliph's palace. The man couldn't take his eyes off the river. He had never seen that much water in his life. And he had brought a jug of months-old rainwater for the caliph. But soon his embarrassment melted into awe. How could the king accept such a pitiful gift so warmly? In that moment, afloat on the river, surrounded by God's blessings, the man felt like there was nothing but love in his heart and out in the world. The Bedouin in the story is our higher self, the quiet voice that knows what truly matters. And the woman is our ego, worried, anxious, always wanting more. And this isn't inherently wrong to want mundane things. The problem is how the ego tricks us, dressing its cravings in reasonable words, making us trade our peace, kindness, and dignity for something that can easily slip away. And the clay pitcher, that is everything we hold dear and are proud of. Our limited knowledge, the good things we do, our meager understanding of the universe, all these things that we hope will get us somewhere. We bring our pitcher to God thinking it's a grand gift. But even that small amount is almost always stained with our desire for praise and attention or whatever. Like the man who brought this water that was very valuable to him, hoping to get something better in return. Yet the caliph, God, does not mock our offering. If we're willing to give up something, to do something good, he accepts it with infinite grace and rewards it generously. Like the Bedouin, the moment he entered the court, he felt so much peace and love in his heart that he felt like he doesn't even need anything anymore. Just being close to that court was enough for him. The point is, we don't always know what's the best thing for us to do and how to do it, but we can try. The goal is to finally see the river, drop the heavy ego, and surrender to the water. That's why Mowlana prays, قطره دانش که بخشیدی ز پیش متصل گردان به دریاهای خویش. The knowledge drop you gave before, reunite it with your ocean's core. So now, every time that little voice in my head says, oh, you're doing that good thing because you just want to feel good about yourself, I say, maybe I am, but that is all I can afford right now. That's all I have. But if I can leave a tiny positive impact on the world, why not?